This is Melinda Sullivan.
Greetings.
This is not hyperbole.
Okay.
You are the greatest tap dancer I know.
Stop. You don't know any other tap dancer.
No,
That's very, very kind. Thank you.
No, you're awesome. I've mostly seen you play with Larry Goldings, and I love your guys' album that you made.
It's called Bigfoot.
It's called Bigfoot. No, the first gig I saw you at was at the Terragram Ballroom.
Oh.
I think that was the first place I heard you and Larry play.
When we opened for Scary Goldings.
Yes.
That was a great show.
It was awesome, but I just remember being taken aback, awestruck by your feel, because you in that band, it's just you and Larry, and you are basically the drummer, but you're also dancing, which is just insane.
There's an ebb and flow to having good time. It doesn't mean that you keep the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like when you're playing music, there's
it's just like knowing what you're doing, like you know, like you're doing it on purpose.
Yes, exactly. You're making a choice. Write that down, kids.
Write that down. It's called breathing.
Yes, exactly. It is. I mean, that is the thing that's really wonderful about being a tap dancer, and I think all musicians should learn just the basics, because you have to literally feel time in your body. It's always different.
It's always different. Never play the same thing once, as Shelly Mann said.
Do you want to try on your tap shoes?
I do.
Do you know there's a sample pack out right now? Wow, these are literally new.
I have to ask you while I'm putting these on.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite drummers also is a tap dancer. The legendary Dr. Steve Gadd.
Oh!
And you had the chance to play with him.
I did.
Well, you probably played with him a lot. But
no, just that one day.
This was just that one day?
We captured a very special day.
What was that like?
It was like meeting someone you've never met, but you know them somehow. Like you've known them in another life. He graced our presence for a few hours in the studio while we were making the album Bigfoot. And Larry and Steve are good friends. We just basically set up the mics, and Steve brought a little cardboard box and some brushes and wore these boots and had a little piece of wood and created his own little kit, and we just traded for like a couple hours. I mean, he's my favorite type of musician to play with, someone who has great time, great feel, generous, very generous, which then in turn makes you want to be generous to them, and it's just that cycle of like What are you doing? Maybe I'll do that. What about this? You know what? You take that. And it was just this like ebb and flow. And we just tried a bunch of different feels. Like, let's do a little like military feel. Let's do something that swings. Let's do something that's more of like a Latin feel. So it was wonderful, and I'm very grateful. Let me teach you a step right here. So you know this. You do this in drums, right? We call this a toe drop. Great. Now drop your heel and heel. Very nice.
I'm trying to get my body loose like yours.
Good. And toe.
Oh.
And heel. Good. Great. If you want to lift your leg off the ground, this is called a step. It's just the ball of the foot. Uh-huh. Now drop the heel. Step heel. Uh-huh.
That's a weird one for me because the hi-hat is like...
Right. So you have to lift the leg.
Similar.
Mm-hmm. Lift the leg. Yes. So you could play any rhythm with that. I go... Pow, pow.
That's really hard to do.
That's it.
That's so hard for me to do.
That's it. Uh-huh. Give me a rhythm.
Huh?
Give me something. Use this vocabulary to give me a rhythm. Uh-huh.
Okay.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again.
Oh.
Right foot. Okay.
Syncopation.
Tap dancer.
Ted Reed. You got,
And
you got the book.
2, 3, we go.
Oh.
Page 38.
Oh my God. Ah. That's really hard to do with my feet.
Well, I guess you're not a drummer.
All right, so
I
got my 2 moves now.
Yeah. You want to trade? Or maybe we just keep a little swing time?
Wait, let's do Honeysuckle Rose.
Honeysuckle Rose. 1, 2, 3.
B flat.
Can we edit an applause sound?
Yeah, I'll do that. Hey, Melinda.
Oh, sorry.
Hi. Oh, you're just... So I have a question.
Say it.
With the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's on there exactly?
These are 2 taps. Before the shoe had a tap, it was just a leather sole shoe, and there were hoofers, right? They didn't need the taps because they weren't playing over big bands. And then in the 20s, bands getting bigger. We need to hear ourselves. So bottle caps, coins.
Interesting.
And then the tap. So I'm actually a Capezio athlete. I'm sponsored by Capezio.
Wow, it's like an endorsement. It's like with drums.
Yeah.
It's like you're like a gretsch artist.
Yeah, and I get boards. This is a board by Fast Foot. They custom make me my shoes to my foot, which is so sick. And there's a woman in New York who works at Capezio, and she does custom shoes. So I usually just give her a theme. Like,
Those are dope.
These are really dope. So for these, I said, I want sister shoes, where they're
Okay.
not exactly the same, but related. And she gave me these. They're a little stiffer. I'm still breaking them in because they have a patent leather around like the ball of the foot where I need to articulate through.
Awesome.
So yeah, still breaking those in.
This is like Wikipedia stuff. How long have you been doing this for?
I started tap dancing when I was 4.
Yes.
So I've tap danced, for over 30 years.
Awesome. Well, you do all sorts of stuff. You do sessions for people.
Yeah.
You like you do your own albums, tap dance.
Yes.
You
So
do
I've created music. I do shows. Right now, we're still promoting Bigfoot, our album, Larry Goldings and I. June 7th at Sam First Bar.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. But yeah, and I've done like Foley work for TV and film stuff I've done, or recorded Foley for other dancers, done their tap sounds for them. I teach at the Colburn School, and I travel and I teach pretty much anything rhythmic, tap dance, tap choreography, tap music related. I love to be a part of, especially with nice people like Jake.
Check out Melinda's album with Larry, Bigfoot. Just the sound of it.
Yeah, we do a lot of different types of shoes for the album. So we made an album with Colorfield Records with Pete Min and
Lucy's Meat Market.
Yes.
Great studio.
The tap is a harsh sound on the wood. It's very loud. It's meant to be like to amplify the dancer, but in a listening setting, all of us wanted some variety and to find more beautiful tones, I guess. So I do wear tap shoes. I think I'm like on a piece, but I wear socks, I wear leather sole shoes, I wear tennis shoes, I'm bare feet, just to play around with, different tones.
Awesome. I love that. And it sounds so good.
Thank you.
Check it out. Check out their album.
Nice.
We did it.
We did it. Woo.
Love it. That seemed
That was great.
great.